My name is Christopher Stillar. I'm just your average, ordinary guy. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for over 20 years, and I'm the father of 4 children. I live a typical life, ordinary in every way. Oh yeah, did I mention? I hear and see dead people. I'm a spiritual medium, and this is my story. In the mid-90s, a traumatic and serious health crisis, combined with the death of my beloved grandmother, changed my life in ways I could never have predicted. Now it is I who is changing lives. Real people in real pain, dealing with unimaginable grief, getting the chance to connect one more time with those they loved and lost. Changing people's lives and healing their souls with the help of their loved ones in spirit is my daily work, it's my passion, and my life's purpose. Welcome to my world, and welcome to Seeking Spirit.
Hi, I'm Ginny, and this is my sister Heather, and this is the first time we are going to see Chris, and we're really hoping that our mother and our stepfather come through for us today.
I want to welcome you both. I want to thank you both for coming, ladies. So, where are we going to start? That's the big question. I have to tell you, I have 3 people, I believe 3 different people that I'm picking up on. The first person, in no particular order, not of importance or anything do I mean, but the first person to grab my attention prior to even starting this reading was what I would tell you is like a mom or a mother figure coming through. And so I just feel like I have this female 1 generation above coming through and had been even before you got here. There's an aspect of a male also coming through at that level. And I can't tell you if they're related or connected, but I would tell you if I have a mom or a mother energy for the female, I have a dad or a father figure for the other person coming through. But I could be in the in-law side, I don't know yet. You okay?
Yeah, I am.
And then I'm going to probably throw you a curveball. I have a male that's passed what I would call young and didn't have like a long life. But there's a sense or a feeling that he either caused or brought this on himself in the way that he died. So just remember that I'm saying that. It could literally be a suicide, or it could be his actions caused his death, and nobody else would be connected to this, is the way that I'm seeing it. But I have to tell you, there's like head trauma or a head issue that he's acknowledging, okay? So something affects the brain that would ultimately causes death. But I do feel like he's taking it on, and I would tell you he's at your level, just the way he's coming through. I need to ask you though, do you know why I would have an older male coming through, why I feel, and I got this prior to being here, either partially paralyzed or limited mobility, but I don't feel like the entire body. So I don't know if it's like a stroke related aspect or what would cause.
Is this a grandfather? Is this
honestly,
2 above or 1
all
above?
I know is I have an older male that was coming through,
okay.
And I felt like there was something that was like restricted the mobility factor for him, that I feel like not the entire body, but I felt like one side or one aspect of feeling either paralysis or like restriction with movement in the way that he acknowledged it. But it's an older male. I would tell you, I honest to God believe I'm either on dad's side or connecting through a father, or that it's got the pull that way to it.
Oh, I think I do know who you mean. Yeah.
Okay, so just watch, because I don't know his connection to you yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't referenced anything about the older female, have I, health-wise or symptom-wise or anything? Because I was getting that prior. I haven't referenced it, have I?
No, you haven't.
Okay, so I just didn't want to repeat myself too much. Respiratory is the thing that kept coming up with her prior to your arrival, where I felt like she struggled to breathe or had issues with the lungs for whatever reason. And I don't know if it's fluid in the lungs or if there's something else causing it, but she just makes me feel like breathing was very hard on her. And as much as she fought to do it, and she's got like a spunky personality about her, where I feel like I'm not going to let things get me down, and it's not like woe is me. She's so not a victim, but it's just like dealing with what she had to deal with, and I do feel like, she's not going to lie, it wasn't easy, but she struggled to breathe, is the way she wants you to know this. So what that means to me, because for the skeptics out there, and it's not about them, it's about you guys, but people will say, well, when we die, we all have problems breathing. I've heard it many times. That's not what she's showing me, because if somebody has a cardiac arrest or something, that's pretty much instantaneous. this is duration of time that she had to deal with this, and there was like a build up and a lead up to this.
Yeah.
So she struggled with this breathing, and not everybody has that issue before they die. So I just want you to know she's the one coming through talking. Are you hoping for her?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just tell you, she was with me this morning, because today I only had one session that was being taped for TV, and I knew for that session that I had this mother figure coming through. So she even got me then.
Wow.
So hours and hours ago. But then she left. I carried on with my day. And then just as my last client left and you guys were arriving, in came the mom from this morning. So just know that she's here for you, and hopefully she'll communicate in a way that makes sense to you. Do you guys know, and especially you, Ginny, why I would have a male coming through, and why I want to talk about the head, and why I want to talk about accountability being with him?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, so it may seem remote or far-fetched to you.
It is a little bit, and it was a long, long time ago. But if I think who it is, yeah.
Do you know why he'd take accountability based on the memory you have?
What do you mean by that?
He either caused it or did it?
I suspected.
Because it isn't about blame on anybody else's part
No.
of why he died. He caused it, and something affects the brain.
Okay, so now that just solves the mystery.
If it's him, and
Kind
we
of.
won't know,
Yeah,
but
right.
he's a contemporary,
Right.
and he seems very much connecting to you and not your sister Heather.
Yeah.
So
And that makes
that's
sense. I know who she's talking about, and it would make sense he wouldn't connect to me.
okay. So it just
Yeah.
seems isolated to you,
Yeah.
whereas
Okay.
the mom is with both of you,
Yes.
and standing behind Heather, and the male is standing behind you.
Oh.
So just know that's the placement of them in
Okay.
in the room.
The older male or the younger male?
No, the younger male's to your side. That's
Oh.
how I know he's your
Oh,
level.
okay.
It's all about placement for me.
Okay.
The older male stands behind you.
Okay.
The older female is standing behind Heather, but connects
Okay.
to both of you.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay.
It's such a simple word. It could mean so much or so little. And I'm hearing it repeated over and over, but your mom is like, thank you, thank you,
Uh-oh.
thank you. And you guys know you did enough. And human nature is to make it seem like, should we have done more? Could we have done more? I don't think she'd let you. I think there's only so much you could do, and I think she still needed to kind of have, I don't know if I call it independence or her own personal energy about how she wants to deal with things, but so you guys have a life, and you need to live your life, and she wants you to know she was scared before she died. I think she tries to be brave, but she won't lie to you. She said there was that uncertainty and the unknowing, and I do think honestly she faced it. She wasn't in denial. Her big thing, and this is fairly common, but her big thing is like she so didn't want to be invasive in your lives, as far as like, I don't want to say a burden.
Yeah, no.
I can't imagine, and in 17 years of doing this work, I have not had one child sit in my office when the parent or grandparent or whoever, uncle or aunt, said, I didn't want to be a burden, ever thought they were. Ever truly ever thought they were. And yet it seems to be a consistent thought from the people coming through, if, I'll just deal with it, or I'll just handle it. And I don't, they have their own lives and they got to do. And then for the most part, there are the odd parent out there that they don't mind being somewhat burdenish, because they're dependent on people, and it's the way they are. She's so not like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
her.
dead on.
Yeah.
she just wants you to know. And there's a lot of things that you're aware of, but there's some you're not, with what she endured or dealt with, because she didn't want to scare you guys. And as much as she was in that fear mode of like, oh goodness, she makes me feel like I got through it, but there was times I should have probably called or said something, and I didn't, and it scared her. A health issue, previous. I don't know what this means. I feel like you've been dealing with something or gone through something symptom-wise or whatever, but I feel like don't ignore it. And I do feel like it's in the past, but I'm saying it to you, so I don't know what that means. necklace based, or it's not even like a gold chain. What would be the thing that would hang around the neck? Why would she show me this? It doesn't feel like a tiny gold necklace that you would think of jewelry. It feels chunkier or bigger pieced or something. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Clarify that for me.
It's a coin. She used to wear a gold coin and a very chunky chain.
On a chunky chain?
On a chunky chain.
Because it's not that fine gold look jewelry thing.
No.
And I feel like something's bigger about this. But, well, who's got this now then? Because there's something where she's referencing about this chain or this necklace, but it wasn't a typical gold chain. So a granddaughter's got it? Okay, all I know is she's making me feel like she's talking about this, and I know it didn't go with her, or that I know it's in the family the way she's describing it. And she wore this? Because she just keeps showing me this chunkier necklace thing.
Oh, it might be she had a different necklace that was very chunky. Yeah.
Bigger pieces to it?
Yeah.
Because that's the feeling she's giving me.
Okay.
Who's got this?
We sold it.
Was this something important to her?
No, and that's why it had no significance. Like it had no sentimental value.
Okay.
So
she pulls up the one friggin' piece you sold?
I know, that's making me think, oh.
No, it's not about guilt.
Yeah, okay.
But she brings it up, so she's not mad. There's no, she's not happy,
angry?
she's not, no.
Okay.
But she makes me feel like there's something about questioning where this is. Like the necklace, and I feel like it's a chunkier, bigger thing. Like, I don't know.
That's the only thing that I can, if it's indeed what she's talking about, it's got to be that.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't want to get chatty, but it was sold for a reason.
For a reason. For a good
benefit
reason.
Everyone.
The whole family.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Like it wasn't, that's why she wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
She's not mad at all, but
Okay.
she's bringing it up, and I question where it is, or where it is now. I don't know why. There seemed like a question mark. But she keeps bringing this necklace up, and she shows this. So I don't know why. She's just saying the DAN name or the DN name again, so she's still making reference to that. But I'm not... I don't feel like I'm feeling him. So when I talked about a dad or a father figure, I'm not convinced it was him. Okay, because I'm still not seeing that. Where was the cardiac or heart issue?
Dan.
Well then, something's crossing here with my lines then, because I feel like I've got to talk about the male. Was he like dad or a dad then?
Oh, totally.
Because you said stepdad.
He was, but he lived.
We loved him.
Yeah,
like
he raised me. He gave me away at my wedding.
So he was dad.
Oh, he was dad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what this means, but I feel like the father figure I had coming through, or that I was feeling prior, was making me feel like now I have to talk about cardiac or heart related stuff going on. I didn't think it was your dad, and I get no differentiation usually between step or in-laws or biological, but okay. Is your biological dad passed though?
No. And we have good relationships with him.
Him
so
too,
like, I mean, we were lucky we had two dads.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
No, our biological father's still with us.
Well, then it's got to be the Dan coming through. So, gotta say it. Heather, a health issue, previous. I don't know what this means. I feel like you've been dealing with something or gone through something symptom-wise or whatever, but I feel like don't ignore it. And I do feel like it's in the past, but I'm saying it to you, so I don't know what that means. Can I ask you, in the last few months, have you been dealing with anything or aware of anything in a health way for you that you have not sought treatment for or to follow up with?
Yeah.
Can I just tell you, I'm not going to ask what it is, and especially because it's TV. I'm just going to tell you, you can clarify later off tape if you want. I just need to know, do you understand possibly what your mom would be acknowledging?
Possibly.
Okay. Don't ignore it. I'm not saying you are, but I'm telling you don't ignore it. So like, don't say it's nothing, or don't think, oh, it's in the past. Pay attention.
Okay.
That's what she wants from you, okay? But I feel like whatever this is, the seeds of it have already been shown or there. Like it's something previous that I feel like you would have inkling or an awareness of something.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't feel like it should catch you totally out of the blue, is the feeling, but I do think you should pay attention to this.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have a physical on Monday.
You're going Monday for a physical?
Tuesday.
Tuesday? And is it because of this that initiated it?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So just know that, and I said I don't necessarily think you are ignoring it, but don't.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful that you're going,
Yeah.
and be very clear with your physician.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's your mom's way of letting you know she's still with you and that she's aware of what's going on. And I don't get horrible feelings around this or anything, just caution.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
So don't lose sleep over it.
Okay.
Just yes or no, was Dan found? Is there a reason why he collapsed, or would?
Yes.
Because I don't know if he's dead or not, but I've got like a collapsed
Yes.
feeling, and
Yes.
somebody would find him or
Yep.
come upon him this way.
Yes.
Okay. He's like, don't use my name. Don't use my name. He says, use the other D word, Dad.
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 Aww.
He doesn't want me using his name, Dan. He says, you say Dad. He's a handy guy,
Yes.
like in life.
Yes.
Oh my God. I can't do crap. This is it. If this dried up, I don't know what I'd do. He's handy.
Yes.
He can do a lot.
Yes.
He's the guy you don't even have to turn to. He turns to you to do something. Like, it's like, I don't even feel like I have to ask him. I just feel like, I don't know why, but I feel very handy, and I feel like he's very proud of himself for this.
He should be.
Mm.
Is he the type, though, that would help people without even being asked necessarily? Or like,
Yes.
if he heard in conversation being at your house for dinner or something, and he heard you say something once, and then like the next time it wasn't fixed, he would either tackle it or
Yes.
attempt it?
Absolutely.
Because that's the kind of generosity, not generosity, I mean, he's Dad, but that is a graciousness about him in the way that he's showing this that I feel like he just couldn't wait to do. And he didn't do it for the accolades, but he wanted to get it done for you guys. And maybe even outside the family, I don't know, but he's just handy. I still can't relate to that. So Ginny, it's very cryptic what I'm about to say to you. There's something to do with your husband.
Okay.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
If I was your husband, I would not want to hear that comment. However, she's laughing and she says, stand your ground. There's something that he's either pushing for or is going to want, and I don't feel like you're going to be on board with it.
Okay.
And just remember, stand your ground.
Okay.
And she loves driving around with you guys. Not even when you're together, but separately. She loves driving around with you guys. She loves being in the car with you. So whether in life she loved to drive in a car or be a passenger, or whether it's just that she connects with you a lot in the cars, I don't know, but she says, I love driving with you girls. So I don't want you to think just when you're together, because it's a separate thing as well. And do you know why one of the brothers everything's going very busy for, but maybe not always a positive busy?
Yes.
Like it would feel hectic, chaotic
Very
at
much
times.
so, yeah.
She makes me feel I don't know the resolve of this, but it's going to come to an end, or something's going to slow down, or something's going to, you know, wind down is the feeling. I get a slower pace, which ultimately feels better.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
And, but I do feel something's kind of, I don't know if I'd say helter-skelter or like very hectic and crazy, and I don't know how well he's dealing with it, and thinks, oh God, this is going to be my life, or this is what I'm getting accustomed to, but I do feel like there's a resolve to it, to whatever way. And there might be an aspect of it that people don't, or he may not like, but it's going to resolve it. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Okay? So Ginny, it's very cryptic what I'm about to say to you. There's something to do with your husband.
Okay.
Stand your ground.
Stand my ground.
Stand your ground. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
If I was your husband, I would not want to hear that comment. However, she's laughing and she says, stand your ground. There's something that he's either pushing for or is going to want, and I don't feel like you're going to be on board with it.
Okay.
And just remember, stand your ground.
Okay.
I don't think you're a pushover, but you might be more apt to give in or just to save the peace type thing. It's certainly not a big deal as far as like relationship stuff goes. There's something he wants. I don't know what it is if he's going to push for something. And your instinct will be no. And she's like, stand your ground.
Okay.
Follow your gut on that one.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that would take me west, or why I would be pulled out west or anything?
West?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Do you live in the country?
No, I live right here in town.
Oh, you're local?
Yeah, I'm local.
Okay. Can I ask you why I would be seeing like fields, gravel pits?
Fields and a gravel pit.
Yeah, and I don't know why. It's like I'm looking at it from a road.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a cottage. It's like probably.
And we have a turnoff. Do we tell people that goes right? We call it
the gravel pit road, and there are lots of fields going in.
It's an old gravel. It doesn't look like one anymore, but
sure.
Yeah.
But that's you identified that way as the gravel pit. Because she's showing me a place on the 5th line out by Everett, which means nothing to you, but it's the way they tick and get me to say things. And I'm seeing like fields, I'm out in the country, and I feel like I got to talk about the gravel pit connection.
Okay, yeah.
And she's making reference to this, so I don't know why or what this means to you, but she is bringing that up nonetheless. I couldn't tell you if it's something to do with you and your husband, if that's like a launch off from there, or what, or no, but I asked you something about out west. So just wait and see if there's something about your husband and out west, or going out west, or something about out west.
Okay, maybe that's something I've told my ground on.
That's what I think it might be, but we won't know, and we'll just say for now, no, that's a no. But I think there's 2 thoughts she's bringing up.
Oh, okay.
But she talks about the gravel pits, the field connection, and whatever that is. So
it was great. Yeah, we were very happy, and we wanted our mom to come through, and she did right away, and
that's really the only person we really wanted to talk to.
Yeah.
And it was her almost the whole hour, which is
her
awesome.
and Dan, which is her husband, our stepfather, and he came through too, so it was perfect. The necklace was, my mother left all of us jewelry, and we had some jewelry that was very sentimental, and to her as well, that of course we kept. And this one particular piece was a chunky necklace that she bought when she lived in Saudi Arabia. And it was so expensive that nobody really, would wear it. Like I wouldn't wear it because I felt, Anyway, so I sold it and I bought a boat for our cottage for everybody to enjoy instead. So I think that's why she brought up saying I approve.
Ginny's always felt a little funny about it because, Mom left it. Maybe it shouldn't have. And it was like, no, she would love what you did with that, So it's like nice validation.
For me, that she's okay with my decision.
Okay with
my mother loved Neil Diamond. And ironically enough, Heather and I often will turn on the radio in our car, even if it's Q107, and it's Neil Diamond playing on the radio.
Every time.
And we talk about it all the time, like, did you hear Neil Diamond this week? And she'd be like, so that was like, we totally understood that.
And she drove everywhere.
And she loved to drive.
She loved to drive. She would drive to Maine to see her other sister. She would drive to
Florida
by herself. She would drive, and it was always car related, and that was very hard for her not to be able to drive anymore either that last 6 months. And we did so many road trips together. We were always in the car, like 3 of us, like driving somewhere. We were always driving somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the fact that we hear that music, specific music, and it's always in the car. That's why it was like, and he was saying about driving in the car. It wasn't just, it was like, oh my God,
yeah, for sure.